Hello Divine Family, and welcome back. If you are new to this channel, my name is Minister Ashley. I am an author, a candle maker, a spiritual teacher, among many other things. So let's get right into this eclipse energy. This new moon in the sign of Taurus is the first eclipse of this eclipse season, and it happens on the 30th at 4:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to dive into a little bit more of the energy about this overall year 2022 through 2023, then you can check out my full video that I have listed over here somewhere in this corner. And if you're listening to the podcast, it will be listed in the description of the show notes, or either in the description down below. For the energy, channel messages, etc., a little bit of references to astrology for 2022. This new moon happens in the second decan of Taurus, which is at 10 degrees. Both the sun and the moon will be at 10 degrees. So that's a completion and a new beginning. And that is ruled by the Lord of Success, which is the Six of Pentacles. Taurus is ruled by the Hierophant, and that is, in my upcoming deck, the Apostle Peter, which is the rock of the church, but I think I'm going to change it to Aaron, which is in the Old Testament. He was the first high priest. This energy rules over priesthood and those that are in the priestly, I hear sanctum. So those that work in the priestly realm. So before it was about the physical temple. Now it's about the higher realms, the heavenly realms, the spiritual temple. So instead of having to have a physical place of worship or physical people to dictate to you how to ordain you, or either to tell you that you're good or that you're bad or that you're on the right track, humanity, they automatically are inducted into the priesthood. No longer do they need or require to have a physical person to let them know that they're on the right spiritual path. They will intuitively know that. This eclipse is the first of several eclipses happening on the axis of Taurus in the North Node and Scorpio in the South Node. So we have to look at the polarity, the opposite. If we're looking at Taurus, we have to look at the opposite house, which is Scorpio. And that is the death card. In my upcoming deck, it will be Lazarus, or transmutation. And the transmutation, instead of death, because nothing really dies in this physical realms, it only changes properties. So it goes from a solid to a gas, if you will. So what our bodies do, they break down and they become a gas. It becomes from a solid and moves into the gas realms. And I'm also called to mention that's why Christ was able to walk through walls. I do have like a small mini series about what happened Good Friday, the symbology of Good Friday, the Holy Saturday, and Resurrection Sunday. If you want to check out those videos. Why he was able to walk through the walls is because he went from the physical state to the spiritual state, and walking both physically, where doubting Thomas, as they call him, was able to put his fingers through his wounds, and he was still able to walk through the walls. So he had reached already that Christ-like stage, if you will, or the ability to go into the polarities of the physical realms and the spiritual realms. So I'm gonna pull a couple other cards. I'm changing up the way how I do the readings. A lot of times I would end up getting a lot of channeled individual messages, and I want to focus more on teaching and like that type of stuff. I think that helps people more, because like sometimes we can get trapped in a message from a person instead of really connecting to our intuitive selves, instead of really looking towards our own priesthood, if you will. Someone could be receiving some type of retribution here with the Six of Pentacles. So we have 69, and that is evolution, DNA activations, generational change, and equality and fairness. So humanity is evolving. It's the revolution to evolution I've been talking about for years. So as time speeds up, that the energy speeds up, that our consciousness speeds up, and we are able to evolve in a spiral, in short. Keep wise counsel. So you could be attracted to people that have a priestly spiritual continence. At first it was spiritual, priestly stature. And I changed up the words a little bit from what I initially heard because I didn't want people to think that the stature had to come from a person's title or their outward appearance. And that's another thing that happened in the text, is that people were so caught up in the titles. They were so caught up in the showmanship of the rituals. Now we are in the stage where we don't have to do a lot of showmanship to show the subconscious mind that we're worthy. It just depends on where a person is. Some people really like the showmanship because that really helps them to tap into the subconscious space. And other people, they don't really need it. You can literally go to your prayer closet. You can literally just stand right where you are, and you could pray and connect to the divine without having to go through an intermediate space or through a doorway. And that doorway is symbolic of a person. That's another thing about the 6 and 9. It's a constant evolution. It's a constant spiral upward. So that wise counsel can be your spirit guides. Those that are on the other side, your ancestors, your guides. It doesn't have to be a physical person. And even if you do look to physical people, that you should always be guided to look toward yourself. And now on the bottom, cease action now. So that could be someone that's just doing just a little too much in the physical, looking for the retribution, maybe kudos from other people, acknowledgments. I even hear somebody with an apology. They're looking for someone to apologize to them, but you don't need the apology. If you are right within, then everything else outside of you will match up to that. And it shouldn't be up to another person how the way they act towards you for you to feel fulfilled, for you to really feel like you're treated like royalty. This represents royalty. You have two figures looking upward to that one person. So instead of you putting that person on a pedestal, you should be looking upwardly. So we have here 666, 666. And we have, it's an imagination, hidden desires, held prisoner of fear. Use your imagination to manifest your higher desires. So hidden desires, maybe someone is not in tune with what they really truly desire. They need to do some soul searching, some energetic work. Someone could be putting someone else on a pedestal, a group of people, a status. They're held captive by status. They status chase. They're looking for kudos from other people. And the divine spirit is saying it's time to let that go. And lastly, use your imagination to manifest your higher desires. So those higher desires come from your higher self that directly communes with the Holy Spirit. And when you align with that, you know exactly what your true desire is. You don't have to chase after what other people's passions are, their desires are, because you are really on your own right path. And Mary Magdalene, that's your sexual energy. That's your creative force. And be in alignment with that. So another thing here with hidden desires, someone could be attracted to a different type of person than what they're used to. It could be that they're attracted to someone that may have someone may realize that they have a different sexual orientation. They may have hidden desires. And it could be of a sexual nature, or it could just be of a career or creative expression. Maybe they want to tap into their more creative side. Creative energy and sexual energy go hand in hand. Mental transmutation, and that goes perfect along with this death card, where everything is mental. It's time to change your mind to really go after what you really truly desire. And it says, do not conform to the pattern of this world. So the pattern is the universal laws. And those universal laws play out in the physical realms. They play out in the heavenly realms, the energetic realms, and they ground into the physical realm. So when you are a player of the 12 universal laws, the things work in your favor. And you have to really learn about these universal laws to know how to get in flow with them. And then it will open up your perspective of life, and on life. Specifically on life, like someone that's looking from a higher perspective, looking on the perspective of life. But be transformed by the renewing of your mind, allowing your mind to be renewed daily. Thinking about things from a different perspective, asking the right questions of yourself that will trigger your subconscious mind. So we have here 222, that's soulmate connections, soul family, karmic cycles that begins or either ends, and incoming rewards. You will be enriched in every way so that you can be generous on every occasion. One of my things that I'm working on this month is to be more generous, to be more giving and intuitively giving. It's really coming from a tender, genuine place. So being more generous on every occasion, every divinely led occasion, you will be compensated. All right, I'm going to pull a couple from my upcoming deck. Oh, got two. I am the bridge over waters, and I am a protector. You are crossing new paths. Walk every step by faith. Faith is required in everything, really. Like, people get up, they start to walk on the floor because you're so used to the floor being there to catch you, to support you. But you should have that same type of faith for your spiritual team, for that priesthood, that priestly team that you have on the other side, your spirit guides, your ancestors, the Holy Spirit that leads and guides you. And having that type of faith that you know that you will be protected, that you are protected. You and your loved ones are protected. At the bottom here we have 2 Samuel 22:2. And that's another 2. Maybe someone needs an encouragement about a relationship or soul family. Maybe they feel lonely and they feel it's an aspect of fear that's associated with this energy. It's like, if I don't, then I never will. If I don't engage, if I don't find someone to latch onto, then I will never be accepted. But you don't have to latch onto anyone. Like, by you living your purpose, by you being authentically yourself in every way, in every action, in every thought, in every deed, that you will draw the right people to you, those that resonate with your energy and your information and everything about you. One last one. Okay. Oh, all right. Rest. Rest easy in God. All is well. No need to take action. So someone may be, like I was saying before, doing just a little too much, over giving, just wanting to give, but never taking in the law of compensation, allowing to receive. Although you may give, you also have to have time where you receive. Otherwise, it's out of balance. If you look at this card, if you can see that you have the person, the authority, that's giving to one, and then the other is left empty-handed. So that authority is your conscious mind. And you may be giving so much to others that you personally are left out in the cold. And that could be something that is repelling people from connecting, whether consciously or subconsciously, repelling them from you. Okay, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. I have posted a little update about the I Am That I Am Divine Guidance cards. They are coming. You guys, I have had to tweak it here and there. And actually, I've made so many tweaks, and it's been such a learning experience. I can't wait to share it with you guys for those that are interested in creating their own oracle deck or just interested in my process altogether. It has been quite a journey. I have created one other deck before, and this is the Ascended Bible Divine Guidance cards. And those, I have to restock them, but I am going to give those a redesign after I get these ones in my possession. So once these launch, I will let you guys know about that and keep you posted. And once the Ascended Bible Divine Guidance cards are restocked, I will let you guys know. The second edition of the Angel Lunar Planner is now listed on Amazon. Be sure to go and pick up a copy. Also have PDF downloads listed on our site for divination in the Bible, magic in the Bible, spiritual tools of the Bible, as well as the monthlies for every single season. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Many blessings. All right, peace.